Nikki Amuka-Bird. She is deaf, and why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to End of the World Week. We're on day 2 now, and for that one I'm reviewing Knock at the Cabin, based on the book The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul G. Tremblay, and this is screenplay written by M. Night Shyamalan, Steve Diamond and Michael Sherman, and directed by the, great M. Night Shyamalan. Starring Bautista, Jonathan Groff, Ben Aldridge, Nikki Amuka-Bird, Kristen Cui, Quinn and Rupert Grint. So this is an apocalyptic horror thriller where a family, 2 dads and their daughter, are holidaying, or as Americans put it, vacationing in a remote cabin in the woods, and then their holiday is sadly put to an abrupt stop when 4 strangers, played by Bautista, Nikki Amuka-Bird, Rupert Grint and Quinn, come to their home, which at first looks like a mass home invasion, but then they tell them that the 3 of them must make a sacrifice or the world will end, and if the longer they put it off, the more disasters will happen, and the 4 make a sacrifice to delay the apocalypse for as long as they can, until the 3 have made the impossible decision of a sacrifice. And in the end of the film, it's revealed that these 4 strangers, wanted to, let them know, wanted to get to know them better, get to hang around, spend as much time with them as possible. But we also find that they are actually embodiments of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Leonard, played by Bautista, is conquest. Rupert Grint's character Redman is war. Sabrina, who is the nurse, played by Nikki Amuka-Bird, she is deaf, and Quinn's character Adrian is famine. And you can tell that from the colour coding of their shirts they wear, because the Horseman of Conquest is the White Rider, the Horseman of Death is the Pale Rider, and she wears a pale yellow shirt. War is the Red Rider, and Famine is the Black Rider. So that's pretty much the essential story there, and yeah, the world ends if they don't make a sacrifice. So I saw this film earlier this year when it came out, and I reviewed it then. I thought I'd revisit it and review it again for you for this series, End of the World Week. So giving it a second viewing, as my opinion changed on it, not all that much. So first of all, I love the story. The whole apocalypse and Armageddon has always been something that's fascinated me, especially the Book of Revelations with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse has always fascinated me, and I don't know why, I just have been fascinated by stuff like that. So I like the story. I liked that, with it being an M. Night Shyamalan film, you would know him. Knowing him, he does like to put a good twist on a lot of his movies. Not all his movies have a twist, and maybe that's the twist, that there is no twist. This one, when I saw the trailers, I worked out the twist pretty quickly. I thought, yeah, these are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and they'll not end the earth unless one of them makes a sacrifice. So yeah, of course this has some graphic violence in there and some swearing, so not really PG-13 kind of friendly, but yeah, I can see why. This is a 15 in the UK, which is our equivalent of the R rating. But I like the performances our characters gave, especially Dave Bautista. To me, he will always be the lovable Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy, but he's done so many other films, and I think he's a good actor. You know, he's kind of good at playing a big softie because the guy's huge, and yeah, you know, in real life he is quite a softie, and I really liked his character. There was also Rupert Grint as well from Harry Potter, you know, Ron Weasley. He didn't have a massive part in it. In fact, he was the first of the four to actually bite the dust. Because I'm sure I'm not giving any spoilers away now, because this film's been out long enough, it's available for streaming and stuff. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, so I don't think I'm giving much spoilers away. But I also like the other three as well, the two women as well, who were the other two. You know, were Sabrina, who was a nurse, and, you know, Adrian, who was a cook in a Mexican restaurant. They all did represent the Four Horsemen, like Redmond was malice, you know, Leonard was leadership, you know, Adrian was nurture, and Sabrina was, you know, healing. Yeah, which basically were the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I also liked our other two actors in this who were playing, you know, the couple in it. Eric and what are their names? Eric and Andrew, played by Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge. They were both, you know, great in their characters as well, and I love the performances they did playing their characters, showing that they really are in love with each other, and they really are, you know, they don't regret a single moment of their lives. I also liked Kristen Cui, is that her name? Who played Wen. She was an adorable little character in this, Wen, an innocent little girl, and I liked her performance. She was a very talented little actress for her age, I think, playing Wen, and yeah, I thought she was kind of cute, you know, and I liked her in this. You know, a lot of M. Night Shyamalan films are really hit and miss, and you either like him or you don't. Personally, I like his films. A lot of them I can get why people don't like, but you can't deny The Sixth Sense is a great film. Yeah, it's overrated, I think, but I don't care. I think it's still a good film. And, you know, Knowing is an unintentional comedy, but I thought that was alright. But I think he really got back on his feet with, you know, The Visits and Splits and, you know, doing that. Glass wasn't so brilliant, I thought. I was a little let down by that, but you know, M. Night's clearly doing something right, because he's made a career of it, of having hit and miss movies, and he also likes to sneak himself in there. He made a little cameo again in this film as it just says here he's credited as an infomercial host, where he's advertising a product on the TV, but when I saw it I was like, oh, there he is. But I also like the effects for all the disasters that happened during the film, because there were a lot of disasters in this one. I also thought, you know, yeah, I thought there was a lot of good characters in this, and you know, it was a good story. This is based on a book, The Cabin at the End of the World, and they do change the ending to the film, because I read the book before the film. I saw the film, and the ending to the film and the book are very different because they play out differently. But yeah, I won't give anything away about the ending, but I say check out the book as well, because the book's quite a good one. But like I say, there are alterations and changes they make from books to film adaptations. But The Cabin at the End of the World, is it a good one? Well, I personally think so anyway. Excuse me. So I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin, I'm going to give this 3.5 stabs out of 5. I think so, yeah. 3.5 stabs or 3.5 sacrifices. Yeah, because you're stabbing sacrifice. Let's go with that scale for this series. Instead of just saying stabs, let's go with 3.5 sacrifices out of 5. There. I think that's what I'll do. You know, because yesterday I fought Apocalypses or, you know, End of the Worlds, but I thought no. You know, and then I went with stabs, but I thought no, let's do sacrifices. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. So yeah, Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you think to this film, and I will see you tomorrow for more End of the World Week. So until next time, don't have nightmares.